Alrighty. Make sure you guys, when you come on, that you mute your lines so we can avoid some of the background noise. Let me see. I know that I can mute all, but you guys know I never remember how to do that. Manage participants, mute all. Okay, here we go. I'm not muted. I did it. All right, guys, what's up? Welcome to the call. It's Wednesday, July 18th, and I want to start off with a few announcements, and then if we have any recognition, we'll go over that for a minute, and then we're going to dive right in. I don't want to keep you too long. I want to be short and to the point. Okay, so announcements. Jessica Brown reminded me that she made a post this morning for us in our team page, letting us know about the power hour that's going on at 9 o'clock tonight. So if you guys are feeling inspired after this call and you want to bust out an hour of work and you're not exactly sure what that hour should, what you should do in that hour that's actually going to build your business, then hopping on this 9 o'clock call is going to be so beneficial for you because past top 10 coach Alyssa Shoemaker is going to be hosting a power hour where she shows you what she does in an hour to be productive in her business and create new relationships. So it's going to be really great. Could that be shared in the SB page? Yeah, Kelsey will put the link in there for you. It's just in Misfit, just added it for us today. So 9 o'clock with Alyssa Shoemaker if you guys have time to get some stuff done. Second huge announcement, if you guys didn't see Kelsey's live video on our team page, then you better go watch it because we have a retreat next month and it is going, or not next month, in September, and it's going to be insane. It's going to be awesome. We rented out this huge mansion. We're going to have a photographer following us around all weekend. We're going to have catering and some awesome speakers, and it's just going to be a really awesome time for our team to connect together. And we have been pushing since April for these qualifications. You guys know that being a Diamond Coach by August 21st is one of the qualifications. And you know that hitting Success Club every month is one of the qualifications. And we've lost a lot of people along the way. A lot of people have missed Success Club along the way. So we decided, since it was Beat Your Best Month in the entire network, it's like the theme of July for Beachbody, that we would have a redemption month as well. So if you guys beat your best by 6 points, so say in the last year, your best Success Club number was Success Club 8, then if you hit Success Club 14, then you're back in the running and you can have the opportunity to come with us on this retreat. So super awesome. I'm really pumped. I know there's a lot of people that are really excited about this. So I hope you guys are pushing. We want you to be there. This house fits 32 people, and that's comfortably. Like if we have more than that, we could bring some air mattresses and double up in beds. Like there's plenty of room for you. So please get there. This is going to be great for your business. I remember my first retreat that I was invited to my first year. I started as a coach in February 2014. I went to my first retreat in February 2015, and guess what? I ended elite that year because it impacted me so much. So please, please, please bust your butt, make this happen. Success Club is totally possible. Diamond is totally possible. It's just a decision that you have to make, and just go for it. All right, third thing would be recognition. Do you guys have anybody that you want to shout out today? Unmute yourselves because I muted everybody.
I'll go first. I'm short and quick. I see Katie's online. I just want to shout her out. She's officially halfway to Emerald, which is one of her month goals, and there's still 2 weeks left, so I know she's got it before the end of the month.
Awesome.
I'll go. Alexis, one of my new coaches, she's going to pop Emerald tomorrow, and she just signed up another girl, so I'm super excited for her. She's doing a fantastic job.
Very cool. Awesome.
I have two Emeralds popping tomorrow. Laura and Rachel.
Whoop whoop.
And then I have two girls that are super close to Diamond, Nicole and Andrea. So
getting retreat ready. Great job, ladies. Anybody else? I welcome my new coach. I don't see her face, but I think I saw her name. Christine Kramer is on the call. Hey, girl.
I just want to say something really quick to my team. I offered an incentive in our team page today, rallying everybody in. Whoever pops Emerald by midnight or pops their next rank advancement by midnight, you guys are in a drawing for an Amazon gift card. So push by midnight. And I also want to shout out my new coach, Nikki. She has locked in her month 1 success starters. So congratulations to her.
Cool incentive. Love that. Great job, girl. All right, guys, let's dive in. So we were thinking about tonight. Oops, sorry, I lost us. We were thinking about kind of a team call topic tonight. And as you saw, the description of this was really just kind of tips to implement for success, like the mindset that you should have as a new coach. And I wanted to think of like really tangible things that you could take and act on. And I kept coming back to who I am as a person and what I was thinking about when I started as a coach. And as much as implementation as it takes, which we're going to talk about some non-negotiables to set for yourself, guys, it was so much more about having heart. And it was so much more about having vision. And so much more, what I like to call heart work. So I'm just going to dive into some tips. And I have 11 of them because I couldn't stop at 10. I didn't want to go to 15. I easily could have figured out 20. But I wanted to bring you guys 11 today that I felt were beneficial in starting your business and kind of carrying that mindset through. So straight off the bat, when I started, it was, how can I make the most of this business? I didn't want to be, and this is not to offend anybody, so please don't take offense, but I didn't want to be here a year from now and have done nothing with this opportunity, having known that I could. Right? So I wanted to dive in and I wanted to learn everything I could because this was the only way that I wasn't going to have to go back to bartending. As a military spouse, I needed a job and we were moving a lot. And I didn't have an opportunity to, have a different option. This was it for me. So I had to make it work. So coming into this, number one, guys, was that max the comp plan, right? How can we learn how to make money in this business? And how can we maximize on that opportunity? So right off the bat, it was Success Club 10, because to me, Success Club 10, at least monthly, meant that I was maximizing on 2 opportunities. Number one meant that for every 5 people, if you guys don't know this, this is something definitely write down. For every 5 people that you help in a 5-week period, you get a $100 bonus. So if you help 10 people in a 5-week period, guess what? You're making $200. And let me clarify that they have changed that. It's not customers, it is coaches. But it's easy to sign up coaches because everybody loves the discount. So for every 5 coaches that you enroll with challenge packs or, with Shakeology, you're going to get a $100 bonus. Definitely, if you're a new coach and money matters, income matters. For me, getting my Shakeology mattered. I wanted that bonus to cover my Shakeology so that my commissions could go towards my bills. Second reason why 10 was a non-negotiable for me was because of the LEAD program. And if you guys know about the LEAD program, then you know that if you hit Success Club 10 every month, or every month that you hit Success Club 10 and you're an Emerald rank, you actually get free initial customer sales from Beachbody. And that's called a lead wheel. So what that means is that the company has so many people that still don't, so many customers out there still don't know about coaches. So what they do is they go on, Aaron Mick was a free lead too. It's awesome. And Martha. So what they do is they go on beachbody.com and they just sign up, and they sign up without a coach and they sign up without support. Well, Beachbody wants to plug everybody that doesn't have a coach up with a coach. So what they do is they created this lead wheel. So anybody that hits Success Club 10 every month and anybody that is an Emerald rank, they get those customers. So they're literally just spitting customers at you every single month with, Kelsey, I think you added it up one time. Didn't you make $150 one month off of just free leads or something? So
it's crazy how much it goes up so fast. If you notice when you don't get them at that point.
Yeah, I think the longer you're consistent with 10, Success Club 10, the more that you get. So Success Club 10 is helping 5 people a month. So that was my plan, was like I had to at least help 5 a month because I needed the free leads and I needed that $100 bonus. Okay, so second thing, number 2 would be achieving Emerald rank as soon as possible, because we all know how easy that is. That's helping 2 people. That's enrolling 2 coaches. And if you're like me, then your 2 coaches are going to be your mom and they're going to be your husband, because you want your family to be in on this journey with you, drinking Shakeology or drinking the Performance Line and helping impact the ones closest to you. Not to mention, and that's a whole nother call, but having a spouse and then you having them in your organization does nothing but create a second stream of income down the road. So if you're a new coach and you've been thinking about, how to maximize on your income, then a spouse account is definitely what you want to do. Allison said I get free leads, but they're all do not contact. So that's why they send you. Oh, if you're not hitting send consistently. Yeah. For Success Club 10, you get the initial commission. So it's really great. Emerald is also great because it opens up another earning opportunity. If you're sitting at coach status, the only way that you can earn money is by commission sales or by getting that $100 bonus for helping 5. And hey, you can make a ton of money off commission sales, but think about how much work you're putting in if you were just helping 20 to 30 people every month to make, a couple $1,000. It's so much more beneficial when you have the opportunity to earn another way, which is team cycle bonuses, which simply comes from your team, which means that as you're growing your team, as you're growing your organization, the Beachbody will actually pay you based on the success of your team. So that is an incredible opportunity as well. So achieving Emerald as soon as possible and finding people that will stick, right? So having family members, having best friends, having spouses, having aunts or uncles, like those are great ways to build some credibility in your business and get to Emerald. Don't overthink it. You can do it in an hour. And if you're pushing for Kelsey's incentive, I'd be like all over that Amazon gift card. Okay, number 3, guys, would be find incentives that motivate you. Okay, so for me, it was taking my mom on vacation. I was obviously very money driven, right? I needed to make an income. This had to be my income, or I had to, go back to bartending, which is something that I didn't want to do. And even with that, even with wanting to make like a certain amount of money so that I could stay home, for some reason I didn't lead with that. What I led with was the opportunity to take my mom on a free vacation. And I'm sure you guys have heard about this, but if you hit Success Club every single month, then you will earn a free vacation after your first year in the business. And that's for yourself and that's for a guest. And you can pay a little bit extra to bring your family. And it's all inclusive. Like literally you pay your airfare and then they pay everything else. They pay room, they pay alcohol, they pay food, and it's unbelievable. So for me, thinking about my journey, I started this business. Within 2 days, I called my mom and I was like, listen, I need you to sign up. Like, I need you to start drinking Shakeology. I need you to support me. I know this sounds crazy. I know you don't even know what it is, but I promise it's so good for you and it's going to make you feel amazing. By the way, just gonna throw this in there. She's been drinking it for 4 years and she's no longer on her blood pressure medicine, which I think is amazing. So, and I told her, I said, listen, Mom, here's what I'm gonna do. A year from now, I'm gonna take you on a free vacation. And she's like, okay, honey, like whatever you say. And so, I did. I remember inviting her a year later saying, I earned the trip and you're coming with me. And I have pictures on my Facebook if you guys want to go see, but it was awesome because she's never been out of the country. And we struggled a ton growing up and she's never, had a luxurious lifestyle at all. So to be able to treat her to something like that really meant the world to me. So find incentives that motivate you. So for me, my first year, it was being a Success Club 10 All-Star, which meant I had Success Club 10 every month for a year. I got travel cash and extra incentives for that free vacation that I earned for my mom, and that was it. Like I knew that I needed to maximize on what I could earn extra to be able to have the best time on that vacation that I possibly could. That carried me through my first year, guys. second thing that I had my eye on was 2-star. It wasn't diamond, because diamond to me was a given, because diamond, meant that I needed to be a diamond as soon as possible, because I needed to maximize on the compensation plan. Because as you guys know, we earn team cycle bonuses, and at different ranks in the company, you earn different levels of bonuses. And I didn't want to be an emerald if I knew I could be a diamond, because diamonds make more than emeralds. Right? So I needed to figure out how I could strategize to get my business to diamond, so that I could, every time I was making money off of the team cycle bonuses, I was maximizing on that opportunity. So diamond was the maximizing incentive. And then it was 2-star. I wanted to be a 2-star coach for a couple reasons, because there's a qualification period to do that, which every single person on this call has the opportunity to do. I think you have to start qualifying for 2-star by October or November. And if you qualify, if you hold 2-star diamond for 6 weeks, you're going to a 3-day inclusive trip out to California, where you get to hang out with corporate, and they might have even changed it to 1-star. I don't even remember. Did they change it to 1? They changed it to 1-star. So being a 1-star diamond coach or whatever, and you qualify for this trip to get out there to have insane training. It is so amazing. You get to hang out with corporate and Carl, and they give you all these goodie bags. I remember getting this Beachbody backpack and this Beachbody pen and notebook, and I just met really great people. I actually sat at my table with Bonnie Engel and Ashley Molstead. Ashley Molstead's now the #1 coach in the network. Bonnie Engel was #2 last year or a couple years ago. So it's like you get to network with up and coming leaders that are truly about to take this business and soar. So for me, getting to that and being able to network with these up and coming leaders was huge for my confidence, huge for my business, and actually huge for my following, because people saw that I was actually doing something with this, which made them, want to follow in my footsteps. So being a 2-star was getting to that conference, which you guys have the opportunity to do that. And then secondly, being a 2-star, it opened up, guess what? Another earning opportunity, which is quarterly bonuses. It's typically about, I want to say $800 to $1,000. When you say, Kelsey, $800 to $1,000 every quarter that you're just making extra if you're a 2-star diamond. So why wouldn't you make $800 to $1,000? That's like a $4,000 bonus in a year. I don't know if you guys get $4,000 bonuses a lot, but to me, that was a lot of money when I wanted to become a 2-star. So I was pushing to that. So again, I can maximize on the income opportunity. So all in all, and number 3, find incentives that motivate you so that you can stick with them. Number 4, just like you set Success Club goals every single month, you need to set recruiting goals as well. So just like you say, I want to help 5 people this month and I want to be in Success Club 10, and that is like your all-time goal. You also need to have the same mentality about presenting this business opportunity and bringing other people along with you. So for me, I'm not a huge recruiter. I set a goal to at least, welcome 3 to 4 new coaches a month, because to me, it's quality over quantity. And I would rather really be able to be one-on-one with people that I know that are really here for the right reasons, that I can actually help excel, than to just try to bring in a ton of people that think this is a get rich quick and they end up doing nothing and fizzling out. So quality over quantity, the number doesn't have to be huge, but just remember that the more consistent you are with bringing coaches into your business, the more stability that your rank and your income will be. Because as you guys probably know this, and if you don't, there's a lot of new coaches here, but the more successful that you can help your coaches be, the more successful you're ultimately going to be, because you're earning off of your team. You are helping your team reach their goals, whether that's to make $500, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month, and whether that's to, lose 30 pounds and get in the best shape of their life and get out of depression and anxiety and get off their medications. Like, you're literally molding these people and helping them live their best life. And because you're doing that, you're getting compensated for that, which is so awesome. So why would we continue to make this a commission sales business when you can make this, a really lucrative, sustainable, long-term residual income business, meaning that you're constantly earning from the people that you've inspired, who have then inspired, who have then inspired. I love the coaching side of this business because look at us. There's 36 of us right here, right now, that are literally taking this opportunity by the horns and saying, I'm going to go out there and live my best life. I'm going to pay off my debt. I'm going to save for my family vacation. I'm going to just be able to pay for Christmas in cash this year. Like, it doesn't matter what your goal is. Everybody here is working for something, whether that's community, whether that's, mental or physical strength, whether that's financial. We're all here for a reason, and I'm obsessed with that. So I want you guys to maximize on that. And you want to help people do the same. Why this business works and why it's so amazing is because, there's room for everybody at the top. There's nothing stopping any of you on this call from being more successful than I am, than Kelsey is, than Mac is, and Jess is. Like, literally, you can make a decision right now to grow your income by $5,000 or grow your rank by 15 diamonds and totally blow us out of the water. It's totally dependent on your work ethic, your diligence, and your skill. So room for you at the top. So don't be hanging out down there. We want to help you run and really maximize on this business. All right, so just like you said, success goals, set recruiting goals. It's just around awareness. For me, a lot of times I forget. Sometimes, I find myself where I haven't had new coaches in a couple months, and then I have to go back and reflect. And all I was worried about that month was, the Live 4 launch group and getting all my customers enrolled so that I could help them go through this program as I was going through this program. So make sure that you have some reflection, and we're going to talk about that too. Number 5, guys, is like an incantation. The one quote or reminder that you can sit down and tell yourself every single day that is literally going to make you think of everything that you're doing and why you're doing it. It's kind of like that trigger that's going to remind you, when you're tired or when you had a bad day or when you're fighting with your spouse or when your kids are wearing you out. Like, just what's that incantation that you can say to yourself that is going to just shake you to the core and make you remember why you're doing this? For me, I have 2, and I still use them every single day. The first one was, I don't want to screw this up. The first one is do what others won't so that you can live like others can't. And every single day that I am thinking I'm too tired, I'm too exhausted, Mara was up 5 times last night, like I've been a single mom because my husband's on deployment, or whatever situation that I'm going through, I keep saying, Natalie, there's somebody out there in the same situation as you and they're getting it done. Do what others won't now so that you can live like others can't later. And that reminds me, that literally just like pumps me up and gets me ready to go. Do what others won't so you can live like others can't. And then the very second one that I used probably for the first 2 years of my business, I use it every day. All of my PS coaches on here are probably going to laugh when I say it. Can anybody guess what it is before I say it? Because I use it all the time. You guys haven't heard me say it in a while. Prosper where you're planted. What does that mean? It means stop thinking you need the next best thing. You need the perfect office. You need the perfect computer. You need the perfect backdrop. You need the perfect social media to be successful in this business. Prosper where you're planted. Where you're at right now, every single person starts there, which means you have an opportunity to grow from this point. So stop thinking you need the next thing. Once I have the next thing, then I will be ready to move to the next level. No, prosper where you're planted right now so that you can live your best life. All right, so next, guys, would be the be here in a year mentality. And you can't come into this business and think like, oh, I'm just going to give it a month and I'm going to see how this goes, or I'm going to give this a couple months. You have to come into this with the mindset saying, you know what, I'm going to be here in a year. Because my income from the second month that I started till my 1-year anniversary went from $600 a month to $29.85 a month. And that was a year. And can you imagine if I quit at month 7 or month 8 or month 9? I would have never seen that extra $1,000 that I was going to see just 3 months later, because the compound of this business is so freaking real. And every single year, the longer that you're here, the more that your business will start to grow. So be here in a year. And if you're setting the benchmarks for yourself of helping 5 a month, bringing on 2 new coaches every single month, you're going to be way farther than I was at my year 1 because I didn't have those tools in my toolbox to know what to do. All right, number 7 is lead by example and share your goals with your team. You know, I know that we all have rank goals, we all have income goals, but I want you to share like the real stuff, like the stuff that I know when I share with my girls one-on-one. I don't do too much in a team setting, but a lot of times on one-on-one calls when they ask me, you know, I'm very open about it. And I think everybody on my team that I personally sponsor knows that when I started this business, I had some really big goals for myself. The first being that to pay off a $2,000 loan that I had. And, that was my first goal. And I did that. And then my second goal was to pay off that $10,000 worth of credit card debt. And then I did that. And then the next goal was to, take my team on our first retreat in 2015 and pay for that in cash and be able to, bring the 7 or 8 girls that I had with me. And we went to Amelia Island. We have photographers and videographers and caterers, just kind of like a smaller version of what we're about to do in September. And it was amazing. It was like one of the best experiences ever. And I did that. And also one of my goals was to buy a brand new couch in cash. And guess what? I did that. And then my goal was not to live paycheck to paycheck anymore. And then I did that. And then, it was to buy a home. And then we did that. And then it was to furnish our home. And then we did that. And then it was, to pay off that last $30,000 of our student loan debt. And guess what? Last year on December 1st, we submitted the final payment for the $30,000 loan, and we could say we did that. So what is my goal now? My goal now, guys, is, to pay for my forever home in cash. And my mindset towards that is, okay, well, Mason has 4 years left in the military, and then he has the opportunity to get out if he wants. So if he takes that route and we can build, we know that we want to buy land, we know we want to build in West Virginia, then we already have right now that we've started saving this year a certain amount of money towards that goal. And that's something that you have to do is have a vision for yourself and have a vision and share that vision with your team. Because, I always use Kelsey as an example because it's always just so right there in my head, because I didn't know what an impact this had on her. But I guess my second month in my business, when I was talking to her on the phone about Beachbody and joining the team, I told her that one day I was going to do this full time. And she thought that that was so inspiring, but she also thought I was crazy. So for me to share that with her, right, and then actually do it, it just motivated her even more to go out and do it too. So if you put your goals out there, if you tell people what you're really working to do, and then you get to cross that off your bucket list, imagine the hope that you're going to give your future team and showing them what they're capable of doing. So this is where I kind of get into a little bit of mentoring that, I was taught through Keith Callahan and Elizabeth Hartke. And it's in regards to like dreaming big and doing this big stuff. Is number 8 would be live below your means. Because if you follow all these steps for the first year, you're going to make money in this business. There's no doubt about it. And it's awesome to make money, but it's not awesome if you have nothing to show for your hard work. And I think a lot of times people come into this business and they're working corporate positions, or anything that this can do for them is kind of extra, then they kind of just blow it. And what you want is to really develop something and create a legacy for your family. And I want you to get in the mindset of what this can do for you 10 years from now versus what it can do for you next month or next year. Because the longer term vision that you have for this business, I promise you, the harder that you're going to freaking work. So live below your means. It's awesome to make money, but it's not as awesome if you can't, have that income to give or to use for your future. So definitely recommend saving, definitely recommend, having whatever it is. We want to save to pay cash for our home. We want to have our kids' college tuitions paid off. We want to have a great retirement plan. So just be smart with your money, whether it's $50 extra, $100 extra, like where is that going? And that's just because I care about you guys and I want you guys to be smart and totally, use this opportunity to have it be freeing. There's so many coaches in this business that end up making money, but they still have no money because all they do is blow it. And you can tell they blow it because they're showing all their fancy cars and everything that they have on social media, which to me, that's not that cool. So what's cooler is if you got money in the bank and you're out and you're living your life and you're not stressed and unhappy, feeling like you constantly need materialistic things to bring you joy. So just be smart with your money and do something great for your family. Number 9 would be obsessed with growing. Okay. It's growth in self that gets you to the next level. And one of the questions that I always ask myself is, I could sit here and blame that I'm not at a different level in my business. But instead of doing that, the question that I ask myself is, who do I need to be? Who do I need to become to get to that next level in business? Who do I need to become to be a superstar diamond coach and have a superstar diamond team? Who do I need to become to have a 1-star diamond team, right? So it's asking yourself, where can I grow? Who can I follow that has already achieved the success that I desire? And what are they doing that I'm not doing? It doesn't mean copy and it doesn't mean duplicate, but it just means recognize. It means look at the confidence level. How do they speak? Do they clearly are doing something right? And it's important for us to study those ones that are where we want to be so that, we can make sure that we're growing into that next level. If you're somebody on this call that is not utilizing personal development, I don't know how you're ever going to have a huge business. Whether that's because if you're not growing your mind and if there's not something that you're relating to that's helping you get out of the rut that you're in, because let's face it, this business is a roller coaster and it's up and down and up and down. And 1 minute we're on fire because we just helped 4 people in a day and we've never done that in our life. And then the next minute we can't help 1 person in 20 days to save our life and we feel like we suck at this business. Personal development is totally going to give you a perspective that reminds you and brings joy to your life no matter what. And when you have joy and gratitude in this business, there's nothing going to stop you from achieving success. So make sure that you guys are obsessed with the growth. Number 10 would be celebrate. Celebrate. You understand? I'm terrible at this. Don't do what I do. Don't not tell people when you achieve a big goal, whether that's halfway to Emerald or whether you just become an Emerald coach or whether you make your first $100 or whether you have your first $500 month or your first $500 week. Like celebrate that, because if you can find, again, the joy and the progress that you're making and to remind yourself that even though it feels like you're not getting anywhere, you're still moving forward, you are going to continue staying excited about this business. You know what I do when I get bummed about the business? When I feel like I'm failing, when I feel like I can't hit my goals, when I feel like I'm just at a standstill, I literally make my husband, because he keeps track of the income, and I pull up the income charts and I look at from 2014 when I started, and then I look at the progression of that. And I say, wow, I feel like a failure today, but look how far I've come. Look what I'm still doing. Yeah, I'm in the comparison game. That's why my head's down, because I just watched somebody else do something way more cool than me. But what about myself? What about my own tracking? What about my own goals? What have I achieved? And when I can go back and remind myself of how far I've come and celebrate my own wins and not get stuck with what other coaches are doing, I can, again, bring myself back to that place of feeling grateful and excited for this business and knowing that I'm on the right track and doing the right thing. And then last but not least, well, there's 2 more things, I guess. The last tip that I have would be to embrace the learning curve. And I'm just going to be super real right now, but we have got to stop being little wimps, guys. We have got to stop pouting when we get a no or when we feel like we're not good at this business. Of course you're not good at this business. Who is naturally good at this business? Nobody. Embrace the learning curve. It's like going to school. It's like starting a new job. You're starting a business. You're becoming an entrepreneur. And you need to embrace that learning curve and be excited to be a student. Be excited to learn. Be excited to be like, man, this didn't work out today, but what can I do to grow from that? Or what can I change? Or let me get some advice from my coach, because you guys are on an awesome team that you have support, where you could say, how can I grow from this? Instead of saying, man, I didn't help anybody. I suck. I'm going to quit, and I'm just going to go back to being miserable in what I was doing before I came here. That's just the thing that frustrates me so much, is that people come into this. They fill out these coach applications. They have these goals that are bigger than anything. They literally bring in the passion sweats. They can't wait to start this business, and then they start this business and they realize it's hard, and then they're like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. Let me just forget about everything I've ever dreamed about in my life, and I'm just going to go back to being, just unhappy. And it's like, really? You're going to let the fear of embracing this learning curve and embracing this new opportunity stop you? Why? Why? So please embrace the learning curve. Let's stop being little sissies. We all have bad days. We all get defeated. I'm not telling you not to, because that just wouldn't be human. It is totally human to feel defeated. I remember every single day for probably 2 months, I messaged my coach telling her I just didn't feel good enough. But I was never close to quitting. I just had a lot of mental and physical growth to go through. I had to embrace that learning curve and learn how to have tougher skin, and to learn how to understand that somebody saying no wasn't a direct reflection with how they felt about me as a person. They weren't saying no to me. They weren't telling me no. They were saying no to the opportunity. They were saying no that they didn't want the health and fitness plan. They didn't say no to me. And I think we take that so personal sometimes. Yeah, no to themselves as well. And you know what? Every single no, as long as you stay in good standing with people and you don't shut people out, which nobody, please don't do that. If somebody tells you no, don't just be like, bye, Felicia. You know what I mean? You got to be like, oh my gosh, totally, that's fine. Maybe I can follow up with you in a couple weeks or a couple months when I do my next one and see if it's a better time for you. And then continue commenting and interacting with them on social media so they know that you actually care about them as a person and not just their sale. Every single time a no turns into a yes, whether it's a month later, 5 months later, or 15 months later, okay? It always turns into a yes as long as you continue to remain a good person. And then last but not least, the final thing that I want to say before we open this up is everything that I just taught you. Remember how that we are setting a goal to help bring new coaches into this business? Teach your team to do the exact same things. Set the standards for yourself and set the standards for your team. Because if you are a coach that comes in and doesn't hit Success Club, doesn't reach your goals personally, and doesn't show up on social media, and doesn't read personal development, and doesn't really come to team calls that often, you think your team's going to do that? They're not. But if you come in driven and excited, and if saying, hey girl, I don't know what I'm doing either, but we're going to figure it out. Let's hop on this call together and we're going to figure this out and we're going to rock. And then 2 months later, you guys are in completely different situations because you stayed excited and you stayed a student and you taught them everything that you do know. And you seeked help from a higher coach in the business, somebody that's been around longer, and to ask the questions for the things that you don't. And then you reverted back and said, okay, this is how you do this. I figured it out. Let's do this together. That's what me and my coach did. My coach, Rachel, and I, we both started the business a 1 month apart. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. We didn't have any direct mentor. So I would seek out Rachel's mentor because she had been in the business for 3 years. So Rachel and I would be like, hey, how do we do this? Or what's a great, how do we overcome this objection? Or what's a great, YouTube video we should watch about this? Or what's a great book to read about building our confidence? Because I'm really starting to find that I really care what other people think about me, and I never thought that I did, right? So make sure that you're teaching this to your team. You're leading by example. You keep that vision alive. You're smart with your finances, and you actually let this business change your family's life. Okay, I'm done. Do you guys want to add anything? Anybody else? Oh, good. I'm glad. Was there questions in chat? I never read those. Oh, thanks, Maureen.
I also wanted to say too, and I was going to add this in really quickly, is that I think that a lot of times there's this giant misconception that the longer you're in the business, the easier that it gets. And I want you guys to really understand that, like, we do feel the things that you're going through, and all of those things that she just stated, which Natalie, like, that was perfect. I think that was amazing. And I hope that everybody like took tons of notes about that, because that's literally the formula to being a successful coach in this business. But I love the one on the, like, not being a sissy, because I really feel like, I mean, in all honesty, I'll be very vulnerable for a second. My life has been a living shit show the past 2 months, like between moving and traveling every 2 weeks. And sometimes it looks from the outside like we all have these things going on and we all are crushing it. But I'm literally sitting here, haven't done a power hour yet today, still trying. I'm going to be in this office for pretty late, you know, trying to cater to the people around me, trying to get my house situated, you know, have millions of trips coming up. But this business is a priority for me. And every single day, like, even if it requires the late nights or the early mornings, like, I'm going to find a way to make this happen for myself. So I hope that you guys take what she said, you know, and understand that no days are going to be perfect. Believe me. Like, actually, most days won't be perfect. So if you go into it with that attitude, you'll kind of you'll be a lot better off. Things are going to happen, and every single one of us have different craziness in our lives, but I promise you that this is worth it. And the same thing, like she said, you know, like, day one, I look at this and, like, I was talking to one of my girls, Stephanie, and I text her and I was like, I feel like I'm falling apart right now. I was like, I can't keep up, you know, I can't do all this stuff. But just like Natalie said, I look back at my day one and I can see how far that I've come in the past 4 years, and I wouldn't change these moments for the world. It's a short-term discomfort to get me closer to where I want to be. So just keep that in mind, guys, as you push for these giant goals that you guys have, like whether that's pushing for Diamond in the next month to earn the retreat, whether that's, you know, pushing for Emerald by Midnight for an Amazon gift card. Like Natalie said, find what you want and just do it. Just make the decision to do it, because every successful coach out there has done everything that she just stated, and they've gotten slapped in the face probably 5 million times throughout the process and have fallen down and bruised their knees, but still got back up and kept going. And the only difference is between a successful coach in this business and a not successful coach in this business is not the fact that we have it easier because we've been in this business longer. It's that we just keep going even though it sucks. Like, that's how I that's my opinion on it. So just keep that in mind, guys. Like, I love seeing so many, like, it's crazy to me after 4 years to be on this call and look at these boxes and not recognize some of your faces. Like, that's what's crazy to me. That does mean that we're doing something right because we're helping more and more people. But it doesn't end with us. It starts with you. And I just hope you guys take this seriously and you make a decision on what you want, whether that be full-time coaching, whether that be I want to take my mom on a trip. Figure out what you want, guys, and just do it. Like, and be ready for the fight of your life, because nothing worth having ever comes easy, guys.
Awesome. Anybody else want to add anything before we hop off? All right. Well, thanks so much for coming. I'll get this recording up to you guys tomorrow. And then, yeah, let's finish out this month strong. Have a great night, guys.